Gentlemen, I want to welcome you to our little taping session because we want to get out to the Radnor community about what we're working on, this very exciting project for 2015, and actually a first ever. So we're here to talk about the Radnor Citizens Police Academy, which is brand new to Radnor Township. It hasn't been done before. Although many police departments in the area have conducted one, we feel that it was time to do it. Superintendent Colarulo, Manager Bob Zinkowski requested that we create this program, get it off the ground so that we can interact the best we can with Radnor community. So in the beginning of March, we will start off a 9-week Citizens Police Academy program where approximately 20-some Radnor citizens and business people will come and be trained by different officers, different supervisors on various tactics, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But what I'm really excited to do is introduce the two gentlemen sitting to my left. Jeff, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you live, and
Sure.
why you're here for the Citizens Police Academy?
Sure. My name is Jeff Stacy, and I've been a Radnor resident for 15 years now. About 2.5 years or so ago, I came across a similar program that a township was doing, and did a little research and came to the department with this, this whole Citizens Police Academy idea, and the department was terrific and just jumped all over this. The support was fantastic and immediate from the chief and you and the manager, and I'm looking at this as a real opportunity to get the community and get the police department working close together, which means a safer Radnor community, and it means an opportunity for the department to expand its its level of service and its mission to serve and protect. So I'm excited about the program.
Yeah, and I have to acknowledge, Jeff, that you did bring the idea to the township, and again, with the manager and chief support, we forged forward as a team.
Yeah.
And I think what's neat is the two citizens here are really helping control the flow of the program so that it has even a deeper level of impact.
Yeah. I think one of the things that we looked at as part of the vision in this that you and I have been building out is that the Citizens Police Academy is one component, I'll say a bigger organization. Right?
Yes.
The Radnor Community Policing Organization. And we look at the CPA as really a training mechanism for that organization. Which would also include the CERT program, which would also include Town Watch, as well as a group of where we'll focus on special projects, elderly assistance, victim assistance, and other types of department tactical support, operational support.
Absolutely. Let me go to John. John, would you introduce yourself to the community?
Yeah, sure. I've been a member of this community for the last 25 years. Been a member of Radnor Township and wanted to get involved in this organization. Jeff and I were having coffee out on the Schuylkill watching our daughters row, and Jeff had mentioned this concept of the RCPO, and I said I'm in before he even got the explanation out, partially because I had participated in one of the CERT programs that the Radnor Police Department had provided us, and wanted to continue with that so-called, the education, but felt that, having an interaction between the community and the Radnor Police Department was, more important today than ever, with what's going on around us.
Absolutely. John, let me ask you, what personally do you hope to gain out of attending the Citizens Police Academy?
Well, being a member of this community for as long as I have, it's about giving back. I've been here 25 years. I figure, why not donate my time, volunteer my services? I have a wealth of knowledge which I think could benefit this kind of an organization. But more so, it's just help communicate the message that the Radnor Police Department has in a way that the community is going to understand. And I think through this course and having so many volunteers, I think we will be able to do that effectively.
And I'm going to throw the same question at you, Jeff. Personally, what do you hope to gain from the experience of the Citizens Police Academy?
Well, I'm certainly interested in a better understanding of how the department works. And when people see officers out on patrol, they see them in their cars and they see different activities, but they don't really understand why they do what they do. And I think it's important to understand that, because I think as you start to understand why people do things and you become a part of that, you build this trust and this relationship. And so I'm really looking forward to understanding how the department works, and then be able to take that out and help make Radnor a safer community and a more involved community in that safety.
Excellent. For myself personally, answering the question, I'm very excited because I think our community, or any community, but the Radnor community needs to have a true understanding of what we're doing, how we do it, why we do it, what regulates us. I'm excited to show them the level of professionalism that our officers display and show on a daily basis, but I also want to let the citizens really get a chance to see how many rules, how many procedures, how much follow through, how much personal time it takes to do a professional job for this police department. So I think there's going to be a lot of long-term benefits, and I think that we'll make friends that will be friends and have an understanding, so that if there ever is a critical incident, that level of trust is very important, so that we can deal with the situation and move forward. And I think this is a huge, groundbreaking move for Radnor Police, and I think it's excellent that you brought it up, and again, the chief supported us getting off. But besides for the Citizens Police Academy, we're actually going to have sort of a mentoring group, I'll call it, and you actually have volunteered to take one of the lead positions on that, along with John, as sort of, I'll call it a board or an advisory board right now. But could you just describe what we're going to be doing?
Yeah, that's a great point. So what we're creating as part of this Radnor Community Policing Organization, the overall group, that really is going to be kind of the citizens-run part of things, right? So, we'll have advisors on the department and the township level, but it's really designed to be more of a community-led type of organization, and it will be our opportunity to do special projects to support the department and to support what the township is doing. It'll be a resource for the police department to come to us to provide assistance, whether we're doing very simple things like parade, standing at a barricade, for crowd control at a parade, or something larger than that. So it's really it's an organization that is designed to kind of self-sustain at a community level. We have a board. We're going to have I'll call it a board. We'll have a management group that will kind of help steer ideas and provide thought for the different classes that go through the CPA and kind of oversee everything.
Would you say this is a short-term or a long-term goal out of this?
Oh, definitely. Well, there's some short-term objectives, but certainly the long-term goal is that this becomes a self-sustaining community organization, and the purpose of that organization is to look at different opportunities that are in the community to help people. So we're helping our neighbors, we're helping our friends, and we're helping our police department and our local government.
Excellent. Thank you. One of the things that we wanted to get out to the community was this group is going to also help the Citizens Police Academy do a special project. So out of the 9-week program that we've established, we're going to have this group work on a project that they choose that will help the Radnor community in some way, somewhat related to police department functions, but not necessarily a policing model. So it'll have something that the police can help coordinate, and then we hope to have that long-term growth. So for example, we may help, we may pick an advertising campaign for Radnor Town Watch. We may work on assisting elderly victims and creating a database, and then having Town Watch, where our group of volunteers go out and meet with those people on, let's just say, a monthly basis, or every 2 months we stop and check in on them. Could be every week. It all depends where we go with the project. And I think that's something that out of the Citizens Police Academies that we studied, nobody really was doing, and we felt that it was a real important way to tie the community into giving back. Now, you can just take the program and be done with it. We want people to get educated on that, but the RCPO is going to grow into a bigger and more important community-based thing. And John, I believe you're going to assist us on that advisory group handling some of that. How do you think this will help Radnor be a better community?
Well, I think the first part that you just touched on was the education part, which is what the CPA is going to do. Is basically it's going to help educate us to the process. I think the second part is, you know, you can't just get educated. You got to do something with that education, and that's giving back, which I think is imperative. So, you know, although we do want people to be educated, we also want the same people to give back to the community, whether it be through volunteering or whatnot, or running a project, as Jeff had alluded to.
Yeah, look, there's been a lot of work that has been done to put this program together at a lot of different levels, and it would be a shame to not follow through on that and have people stay involved and continue to to engage with the community. So. Yeah,
and Jeff, I think one of the goals of the board is for people watching is we're not only going to get this set up for the first class, but we're also going to get this message out to the community of sort of the long-term goal outside of just the Citizens Police Academy. And we'll be visiting, you and I and some of the other advisory group are going to be meeting at the different community groups or neighborhood groups and actually sharing this one-on-one in various houses or whatever else, maybe some of our churches, some of our schools, because we want this to be a continuing process. We're already gearing up, Jeff, for another class, believe it or not. I believe we have 5 or 6 on the waiting list for the Citizens Police Academy, so we know we're going to go a long way. Just in case the citizens missed it, we did advertise in our township newsletter and our Parks and Rec newsletter, and this video today is one more way to communicate with the community of what we're doing, making sure that everybody knows there's some exciting things. I did want to just review the program with the audience. It's a 9-week Citizens Police Academy. It's going to have interactive, meaning student participation in police-type functions, all here at the building. On the outside of it, there'll be up to 4 ride-alongs during each session for each student, if they choose to, but we're requiring them to do 2 to pass the academy because you need to understand what the officers are doing. So out of those 9 weeks, it's going to be a lot of interaction. We have some great displays coming. We have a bomb unit, we have a communications truck coming. Our detectives are actually going to set up a practical station where the students are going to collect evidence. I'm not going to give any more away than that. You're going to see our Radnor Canine unit, our motor unit. So it's going to be some very exciting stuff. And then what we're going to do is introduce them to the RCPO mission, which you and the advisory group, you and John, are going to do, along with some of our other people who've already stepped up. And we're also going to share with them about Radnor Town Watch, which we're really growing back into a thriving group. We're also going to talk about our CERT class, which John was actually a graduate of, and see if there's interest in moving on that. That's Community Emergency Response Team, which trains you to how to handle sort of a disaster response or a major incident response from a citizen's level. And also, hopefully, that class project we'll be able to get into. We're also going to give people the opportunity to volunteer here at the police department, help us with filing, answering phones, doing things, and getting involved with what the police currently do. And then I hope as these people meet and stay alumni that we start to grow our volunteer base in our community interaction, and hopefully somebody from somewhere else will want to copy off of a great idea that I think everybody's come together.
Yeah, I think the way that you've structured the curriculum and the class is pretty unique, at least from the 2 or 3 that programs that I looked at in my research. And the practical application of things. So we spend a little bit of classroom time, here's how we do this, here's why we do this, here's the process and the procedure for it, and now let's go put your hands on it and actually do it. It's a lot different when you take it out onto the street versus looking at it on a PowerPoint. So I give you a lot of kudos for that, because it's a little more involved, a lot of more resources on your side, but certainly a little more impactful for
and one of the other goals for the 20-plus students is this is going to be led by our entire department, as many as are as possible or practical. We're going to introduce all the platoons during their various shifts to the group, but the instructors are going to be from every facet of our police department. It's just not going to be one or two people who are going to do that. And I'm very excited for the community to meet as many of our staff as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that'll be a good part. I think we're going to get on another video up in the near future to hear about the results of the class and talk about the RCPO,
Absolutely.
the mission that we picked, and also to describe more to our audience how they can get involved. And I guess I'll talk to the chief about when we need to schedule the next class, because we're already starting to fill that ranks up.
Absolutely.
So John, I want to thank you very much. Jeff, I want to thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in class.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Chris Flanagan. I'm here with Corporal Walt Sherman, and we're discussing the Citizens Police Academy at Radnor Township. Corporal Sherman, I was hoping that you could tell us what your roles are going to be in the Citizens Police Academy so our citizens can be aware of how the procedures work and who they're going to be dealing with.
Well, I'm one of the coordinators of the Citizens Police Academy. My main responsibilities are sort of behind the scenes. We start with the application process, moving on to coordinating, coming up with the class, scheduling the different topics for the weeks. I'll put together the lesson plan, the books, making contact with all the participants of the class, and just kind of be the go-to person for the coordinating of the overall police academy.
All right, very good. Another question, how's the enrollment, and are we actually potentially facing people lined up for next year's class?
Yes, well, there is an application process which is available online or here at the police station. It's a simple application that is completed and turned in person to the police administration office. The next process from there is that we conduct a thorough background investigation as well as, or a background check, as well as a Pennsylvania driver's check. And then those applications are kept on file. Once we've established a list, they'll be contacted and scheduled for the next class. We have 21 people scheduled for the first class.
That's great.
And we have close to 10 already scheduled, or at least 10 applications on file for the next class, which will be held sometime next year.
Okay. And is next year's class where our goal is to maybe stay away from the winter months? Is that a theory that we're talking about right now?
I think getting into the spring would be a perfect time to do it. End of the winter, beginning of the springtime, I think that would be the perfect time for this class.
All right, very good. Corporal Sherman, I was hoping to ask you, what are your goals, objectives out of the Citizens Police Academy? What do you think the residents are going to get out of it, and then what do you personally hope to get out of it yourself?
Well, I think the Citizens Police Academy is a fantastic idea. It is not new to the state of Pennsylvania. There are other Citizens Police Academies that are out there. The overall benefit is it's a unique opportunity for the residents to actually get firsthand knowledge of what their police department is all about. The opportunity to meet the men and women who serve their communities every day. And I think it's an opportunity for the police department to improve on community relations, which is a hot topic in recent months in the law enforcement community. So I think this is a wonderful opportunity that we as a department are affording to our residents.
Perfect. Thank you. That ends our session with Corporal Walt Sherman and Lieutenant Chris Flanagan on the Citizens Police Academy. If you have any questions, please contact our main number. Our staff will put you in touch with Corporal Sherman or myself, and we hope to see you at the next Citizens Police Academy.